we're here on Sunday. My name is Drew Erie. I just graduated from the University of Arizona, and I will be the band director at the brand new Castile High School in Chandler, Arizona. And we're doing the second movement starting at measure 7. Okay, so if we could back up really quick to measure before 14, please. So measure 13. I'd like this section to move a little bit quicker. I don't feel like I did a good job last time of moving it through. So if we could just pick up the tempo a little bit between 14 going into 18 and then slowing it back down to 18. So starting right at measure 13. And then also oboe 1 on measure 18. Can we do a great job of articulating at the front end, maybe a little bit of space at the back end of those. Bum, 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 bum. And then same thing happens, flute 1, 2, oboe 1 and 2, a couple measures later when you guys have that, maybe a little bit more space after all the eighth notes. And then picking up into measure 22, beat 3, those of you who hold over, do a good job of accenting that and bringing that out and really holding that pedal throughout. So let's start right at measure 18, please. Here we go.
Rebound or no rebound?
No rebound.
Then let's do just one before 22 and don't go anywhere.
Okay. Sorry, my mistake.
Whole bar before.
Yeah, sorry, my mistake. Okay. You see how hard it is for us to do it? We just can't help ourselves. This is 1 before 22.
and he does this. And that is exactly what you can't do.
Okay.
And it feels so great to stay in it. If you go here. I move a little
Okay.
because I don't want people to think everything is completely correct,
Right.
but I'm certainly not going to go up.
Right.
Because then they're going to go, well, they just can't help themselves. Okay, perfect. So between 7 and 28, what would you say is the strongest, most breathtaking full moment between 7 and 28?
I really like pick up into 20. The da-da-da-da with the horn and the clarinet sound.
And that is the strongest.
Well, I think that part should be, that's the first really big breath that we
It
have
is the
there.
first one. I totally agree
Yeah.
with you. But is it the fullest thing between 7 and 28?
Well, no, 22 would be the fullest, going all the way through there.
Okay, how about this? After 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 bars after 27. Would you say this is the equivalent of 1, 2, 3 bars before 28?
Yeah, just in a different way.
Okay, and how are they different?
Well-
Everybody sees what we're talking about, right? So be looking at this from a score study perspective here. 1, 2, 3, 4 after 7 versus 3 before 28.
Right.
How are they different?
Well, 3 before 28 has everyone's playing, and then at the previous bar, not everybody's playing. So it's a small instrumentation at the
Okay,
beginning.
and more? Because there's a major question here that nobody's answering, and I would love to get to it.
Well, there's less motion, too.
Where?
especially in the bass.
In the first time.
Yeah.
You're almost on it. So the question then that every player wants to know here, 4th bar of 7, is are we going to breathe? Everybody wants to know that, and they can't quite tell.
Okay.
And then they get here 1, 2 before 28 into 2, and they also want to know,
Okay.
are we going to breathe? And they can't quite tell.
Okay.
And yet you have the opportunity to make an amazing contrast between these two, or do them similarly, or whatever. So what is your answer? How do you
I would like a breath there, yeah.
Which one?
Well, really, here definitely, and then
Yeah.
here maybe a tiny little space, but having this part carrying through. So having the main melody stop, but then having the people who have da 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 really push us through the next part.
So, quickly, let's just look at it from a score study perspective. 3 before 28, what is the composer telling us by having more notes that go across the bar line?
More motion. And that it should move quicker.
And that it connects.
Right.
What is the composer telling us 1, 2, 3, 4 after 7 by having a half note and no eighth notes that spiral across the downbeat?
That it should stop.
Well,
Or-
that
or
it might.
Yeah, that it would have a
That it
true
might.
breath there.
Could you just do this? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is at 7. Do 5 measures. And then do it 22 and go all the way into this. And
Okay.
you will find a wealth of joy
Okay.
here to be had.
Okay. So
The
starting right.
players will find it so satisfying.
So starting right at 7.
Be clear about this breath.
Okay.
Great. Perfectly clear. Now take from 22 and just let this thing open up like,
Okay.
oh my
Okay.
word. And watch what will happen.
Can we start 21 so I can practice the
Sure.
21? Here we go.
It's true. You did continue across, and I found it more satisfying.
Yeah.
But you didn't include them in the joy of getting to do it
Okay.
so that they could tank up early and make a thing of it.
Okay.
Because you had very cursorily at the end kind of went, let's keep going.
Okay.
Could we do 24 together? You saw how they respond,
Right.
and you heard it. You
Yeah.
remember what it sounds like. Here's 24. you're gonna release it, you know?
Okay.
And they're just built, and
Yeah.
that's you, but you have to get to it early.
Okay.
And it's much, much less about the beats. It's much more like, hey guys, let's do this thing. Oh, I love that thing. You know, when are we gonna do that thing? About now, we're gonna,
Okay.
but they all know.
Right.
And I got them involved very, very early. And this all comes from great score study, contrasting that first one with this, and then you have this great moment possible here. Thank you. Excellent.